If you haven't watched Paradise, this download might be a little confusing just because it triggered the download that I got, and I feel like someone needs to hear it. Um, but I just finished watching Paradise. Episode 7 in particular was heavy on me. Like, it was very, very heavy on me. Like, I'm talking about, I'm crying. I'm having a physical reaction to watching this damn show. And it's mainly because I've seen myself in Cal. Cal is such an intricate character, right? Because he is the president of the United States. He's supposed to be macho man. He's supposed to be stern, serious, professional, but he's an English lit major. He didn't go to college for politics. He honestly didn't even want the job as president, right? But then on the other side of Cal, he's this charismatic, empathetic man that chooses the truth over the job. And what brought me to tears, full-blown tears, watching this episode in particular was when they're escorting him out to go onto the plane to go to Colorado as soon as the catastrophe is happening. And he stops and he goes to talk to the janitor because the janitor has no idea what's going on. And the janitor is like, oh my God, you remember my name? He's like, yeah, how could I forget? 1, 2, 3 on my clock. That just kind of triggers Cal into being like, nah, fuck this. They need to know what's going on. They need to know this is basically the end of the world, right? And chaos, all chaos breaks out after that. And I'm a firm believer in I'm not meant to watch anything. I'm not meant to watch anything. I'm not meant to watch any TV shows. I'm not meant to listen to any music. I'm not meant to just encounter certain things until I'm ready to encounter them, right? Just to find the message behind what it is that I'm watching or listening to or experiencing. And what I took from all of that was put yourself first always. That's a download that I've been getting. Put yourself first always. And this next timeline that you're going on, you have to put yourself first always. 2:13 on my clock. You have to trust your path. Putting yourself first in this timeline looks a lot like trusting yourself, right? It doesn't always mean 222. It doesn't always mean whatever you're thinking of in relation to putting yourself first. I'm not referring to that. I'm referring to trusting yourself, because that is the biggest form of putting yourself first. For you specifically in this next timeline, you have to learn how to trust yourself. And something about you're indecisive, hella indecisive. If there's a lot of options put in front of you, you have a hard time choosing. You got to let go of that. Not in this next timeline. You are someone who needs to learn how to choose and you need to learn how to trust your choices, trust your decisions. That. And then going back to Cal, the presidency, he's the most unqualified man. He doesn't even understand the terminology that these people are using at the end of the world. He's like, guys, I'm an English lit major. Speak, like, come on, what are we talking about? Right? So whatever's on your mind, you might be feeling unqualified for a job, a role, or a particular thing that you're pursuing at this time. And the next timeline that you're stepping into, qualifications don't matter. What if I talked about 3:29 on my clock as soon as I said that? What if I talked about in multiple readings? This collective, there's something about your essence, the way you treat people, the way you recognize people, the way you talk to people, the way you think in general. Your mind is meant to be recognized. Cal is a soul that, yeah, he's the right person for the job in the presidency, even though he's unqualified, because he has the capabilities, he has those characteristics of what it takes to be an actual president, with good morals, with decent values, right? Someone who not only knows how to serve and lead, but knows how to relate to the perspectives of the people as well, right? He's an onion of a character. He's a very deep, intricate character, and relating that to you, yeah, you're that as well, right? You feel deeply. You want best for everyone, not just yourself, but for everyone around you. And something about you've been clapping for people up until this point. You've been really optimistic about getting your turn, about getting your seat at the table. I'm seeing, like, in my head, I'm seeing a big ass table, and you're trying to, like, it's like musical chairs. As soon as you go to pull a chair out, someone goes to sit down. And that's how it's been feeling for you. As soon as you think you're about to get settled, something happens. And that's because God didn't want you to be in those places that you wanted to be in. I was talking about this in the channel that I got earlier in the week, talking about how I wanted to travel. I wanted to go to Miami before God wanted me to go to Miami, right? Like, when I wanted to go to Miami, there was nothing for me out there. There was no purpose out there. And then just recently, God said, okay, there's a purpose for you to be out in Miami, so let me send you confirmation. Let me send you out there. This is you're a collective where your sole purpose is to encounter soul experiences, which is why you feel like you're constantly missing out on things around you. But those experiences that you're missing out on are not from the soul. They're not experiences that will cultivate this garden that you've already grew within yourself. The longing for home feeling keeps popping up. You longing for your surroundings. You feeling too overqualified for the spaces that you're in, but too underqualified for the spaces that you want to be in. It's like at some point you got to pick a side. Are you that girl, or are you just basic and regular and you want to go with the flow with everyone else? I got a download today too. You need to accept yourself and for how big you are. Sometimes people cannot help the naturalness that comes along with being them. Have you ever met someone where it's like they're just good at everything? They try everything and they're just good at everything. Like, that's you. That's you. Whatever you put your mind to, you're capable. You're more, as soon as you put your mind to it, it's already done. You can accomplish it. But when you let your mind, when you allow your body and spirit and heart to get in the way of each other, when you don't have an equilibrium, when you're unbalanced in mind, body, heart, spirit, that's when you start to overthink. That's when you start to lose progress. Another download I got today was, I'm always making progress. Even when something about not feeling like you're productive, not feeling like you're doing enough. Easily burnt out energy, projector in the human's design can be significant. I am. You got to understand that your worth is not determined on your output. So whatever you're doing is progress if you frame it as such. If you continue to tell yourself that I am making progress, even while you're laying in bed, progress will be made. But you have to be the one to cultivate the belief of progress for yourself and stop waiting for your external reality to tell you when to go. You have to be the one in this new timeline to tell yourself when to move, when to go. Going back to the beginning of the reading, this is the closing. You need to trust yourself more in this new timeline because you are qualified. In fact, you're overqualified, but no one's going to tell you that. No one's going to tell you your worth, right? Oh, it cut off. I got a call. And this next timeline of your life, you need to trust yourself and you need to honor yourself and all of your capabilities and all of the layers that are within you, just like Cal, right? He's accepted the fact that he was president. He's accepted the fact that tragedy has happened and he had to make decisions. He is unqualified, right, for the position, but whole time he's the correct option. Sometimes your heart is more important. Sometimes that energy of yours is more important than the qualifications that are on paper, because energy doesn't lie. You can lie about qualifications. You can even lie about certifications. But at the end of the day, energy doesn't lie. Character doesn't lie. Heart doesn't lie. The truth doesn't lie. And you are the walking truth. So act like you know.